Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala ashraf al-anbiya wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inshallah, everyone is having a blessed Ramadan so far. Today we will be reflecting on one of the beautiful names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Al-Mujeeb, which means the ever-responsive. As we may know from our own experiences, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala time and time again has often given us more than what we ask for, and He always responds to us with what we need, but also always what is best for us. So to begin with, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has named Himself Al-Mujeeb because He's always ready to answer our prayers, but it is important to understand the etiquette and the sincerity with which we should make dua in the first place. To do this, we can take inspiration from the stories of the Quran to strengthen our belief in the fact that He is the one who responds. And one of the most profound examples where we can draw inspiration from can be found in the story of Prophet Yunus alayhi salam. Yunus alayhi salam found himself in the belly of a whale, a situation of complete and extreme distress and hardship. However, in that moment, he turned to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with complete humility and sincerity, knowing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone could rescue him. So he said a significant dua which can be found in the Quran in Surah Al-Anbiya. وَذَنُّونِي إِذْ ذَهَبَ مُغَاضِبًا فَظَنَّ أَن لَّن نَّقْدِرَ عَلَيْهِ فَنَادَى فِي الظُّلُمَاتِ أَن لَّا إِلَٰهَ إِلَّا أَنتَ سُبْحَانَكَ إِنِّي كُنتُ مِنَ الظَّالِمِينَ. And remember, when the man of the whale stormed off from his city in a rage, thinking we would not restrain him, then in the veils of darkness he cried out, "There is no God worthy of worship except for you. Glory be to you, I have certainly committed wrong." Yunus alayhi salam shows us through this that we must ask for forgiveness before anything else. Acknowledging his own shortcomings and seeking for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's mercy, this formula, I guess you could say, of asking for forgiveness before making any request is a profound lesson for us all, especially during the month of Ramadan. This is because as we fast and we engage in acts of worship during this blessed month, we must also remember to follow the example of Prophet Yunus alayhi salam, and we must be humble and not arrogant in our relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but also in our dealings with others in order to seek for His mercy. We must also not be hasty or lose hope because His delay is not His denial. The answer to our du'as might come in a different form or time that we wanted or expected, because once again Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows what's best for us, either if it's not in this life then in the akhirah inshallah. So during this month, we must ask Him for guidance, for success, for relief from our hardships, and especially for the well-being of our beloved brothers and sisters in Palestine, inshallah, and wafi kulli makan, in all places. At times, we may find ourselves hesitant to return to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in dua, because we may feel overwhelmed by the weight of our sins and our shortcomings. We might think that we've committed too many wrongdoings to deserve Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's mercy, or too many sins to even be worthy of His blessings. However, it's important to remember that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's mercy knows no bounds. His forgiveness is limitless. And once again, to end, let us remember that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Al-Mujeeb, the responsive, and that He will always hear and answer to the prayers of His servants, if not in this life, in the akhirah, inshallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our du'as during this Ramadan, and may He bring relief and justice to those who are suffering, especially our beloved brothers and sisters in Palestine, inshallah. Ramadan Mubarak to you all again, and Jazakallah khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.